Right now, you are standing on a piece of land that belongs to a country. You did not choose this. You were born into it. A line was drawn somewhere, decades or centuries before you existed, and that line decided your passport, your language, your laws, even the anthem you stood up for in school. But here is the strange part. That line is invisible. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it, and yet people have died defending it. So how did an invisible idea become one of the most powerful forces in human history? The real answer is far stranger than someone drew a map. For almost all of human existence, there were no countries. Your ancestors lived in small bands, 50 people, maybe 100. Everyone knew everyone. There was no need for a border because there was no one to keep out that you did not already recognize by face, by voice, by smell. This was the world for over 200,000 years. Then something changed. Around 12,000 years ago, humans started farming. Farming meant staying in one place. Staying in one place meant food surpluses. Food surpluses meant something humans had never really needed before. Strangers had to be organized. And organizing strangers is the exact moment countries begin to take shape. Think about what a farming village forces on people. In a hunting band, everyone contributes roughly the same amount. There is little to argue about because there is little stockpile to fight over. A farming village is different. One family's field does better than another's. For the first time, some people have more and some have less. And whenever humans have more and less, they eventually need rules. Rules like that do not enforce themselves. Someone has to be in charge of enforcing them. That someone becomes the first sliver of what will eventually become a government. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar found something remarkable about the human brain. He discovered that we are only cognitively capable of maintaining around 150 stable social relationships. That number is now famously called Dunbar's number, 150. Beyond that, your brain physically struggles to track who owes who a favor, who is trustworthy, who is family. So what happens when a society has 10,000 people, 1,000,000 people? Your ancestors could not personally know them all. They needed something else to hold the group together, not memory, a story. This is where it gets strange. A country is not held together by geography. It is held together by belief. Political scientist Benedict Anderson called nations imagined communities. Think about what that actually means. You will never meet 99.99% of the people who share your nationality. You will never shake their hand, and yet you feel connected to them. You might even feel proud of them, or grieve for them, or go to war for them. Why? Because you have both agreed silently to imagine the same story. The story of a shared homeland, a shared history, a shared us. Compare that to how identity worked before nations existed. In a small band, loyalty was earned through years of shared hunts, shared meals, shared danger. A nation skips all of that. It hands you a ready-made identity the moment you are born, before you have done anything to earn it. You did not audition to belong to your country. You inherited the membership card along with your birth certificate. Before that story could exist, though, something more basic had to happen first. Early humans needed control, not emotional control, physical control over grain, over land, over people. Anthropologist James C. Scott studied the earliest known states in Mesopotamia and made a discovery that surprises most people. Early states were not built because people wanted civilization. They were built because grain is easy to tax. Unlike wild roots or scattered livestock, a grain field sits still. It ripens on a schedule. It can be counted, seized, and stored. Civilization, in this telling, was not born from inspiration. It was born from bookkeeping. Scott's research also revealed something that overturns the classic story most people were taught in school. For a long time, the assumption was that once humans discovered farming, everyone rushed toward it because civilization was obviously an upgrade. But the evidence tells a messier story. Life inside those early states was often harder than life outside them. Skeletons from early agricultural settlements show more disease, worse nutrition, and shorter lifespans than the hunter-gatherer groups living nearby at the very same time. So why did people stay? Some did not. Many fled the state entirely, only to be dragged back later by force or war. The first countries, in other words, were not something people eagerly signed up for. In many cases, they were something people were slowly and sometimes violently trapped inside. And once you were trapped inside one of these early states, something even stranger was waiting for you. Something that had nothing to do with grain or rules or bookkeeping at all. Something buried far deeper in your brain that no ruler had to invent, only discover.